Welcome to my YouTube channel, TutorMed, where everything medicine is simplified. And as usual, my name is Dr. Kofi Amwako Obeng from home. I'm sure you are expecting another academic exercise here today, but unfortunately, no. Today, I have some nice gentlemen and then one lady with me here. We want to have a discussion on how they beat the GMDC exam. And so, let's first begin by congratulating them. Congratulations, gentlemen and ladies.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming. Thank you for making it possible, okay, for this discussion to be a source of inspiration for people who are watching this. Some people are asking themselves whether they should go ahead and write this exam, how this exam is like. Sometimes having a feel of what the environment can be can also prepare you for whatever you are going to face. So that is the purpose of today's video, to share your experiences, any challenges you're going through, and then how the exam is like, so that someone who is watching us can also be inspired to, become the doctor he or she wants to become. And so let's begin. All right, so welcome again, guys. Let's begin by some introduction. Let's begin with the gentleman on my far left. Can you kindly introduce yourself?
I'm Emmanuel, son Cobbinah.
Emmanuel is son Cobbinah. Or Dr. Med. Now
Yes,
Dr. Med. Dr. Med.
Dr. Med.
Not just Dr. Emmanuel Cobbinah.
No.
Dr. Med.
Dr. Med. Emmanuel, his son.
His son Cobbinah.
His son is so much.
You know the difference between you and then the final year medical students is that all of you are students, but you are getting paid.
Exactly.
So it's an upgrade, isn't it?
It's an upgrade.
Let's go for that.
Small coins.
All right. All right. Yes. The doctor here.
Alright, so I am Dr. Med Emmanuel Kwesioglu.
Dr. Med Emmanuel Kwesioglu. Fresh and doctor in class. Charlie, you look good.
Thank you so
good.
much.
I remember your face before the exam.
I know, right?
You know, right? All right. Good. Now our Atropa Belladonna. The lady amongst us. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Dr. Meg Joyce. I'm a Ghana.
Charlie, we didn't hear.
Oh.
Dr. Meg Joyce. I'm a Ghana Ladzekpo.
AKA.
No, there's no AKA here. They are doctors. All of us are doctors. Yes. Onuba, let's hear from you. Can you introduce yourself?
Dr. Med Minta Breakdown.
Dr. Med Minta Breakdown. Guys, a very big congratulations to you. I remember the first time I saw, I went to check my results in the University of Ghana Medical School. You can't imagine the excitement that came with it, because it is a great joy when you escape the grace and then the shackles of examination, knowing that there's not going to be another time for you to be shaking and then always being timid because there's an examination in front of you. Well done. Let's begin. How was your journey like? When did you train? When did you decide to become a doctor? When did you train? And when did you train? Where? All right, gentlemen and ladies, let's begin our discussion. Let's begin from where you train. Which country? At what point did you decide to become a doctor? Where you trained? How many years spent the journey there? And then, so you came to Ghana. Yes, a brief.
So, it's a long journey. It has been a long journey. Like, when did I decide to become a doctor? I think maybe primary school.
Hey.
Yeah. And I think even from class 1, they would call me doctor. Doctor.
And today,
Dr. Med, right? Darko Minta.
Good. All right.
Yeah. After secondary school, we tried that biomedical science in the University of Ghana, but protocol and all of that. So we had to go to China and did 6 years of that. But that's a long time ago too. Imagine when I graduated, that's in 2014.
What were you in 2014?
Okay. I just started my senior high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have started senior high school.
That was when someone graduated. Charlie, congratulations again.
Correct guy. All right. Yes. Yeah. So you came back in 2014.
No.
And you graduated in 2014.
2014.
Okay.
And I know the medical journey was a long journey that would not need any break. So I said, okay, let me take 1 year break and then start this profession. But the 1 year turned to 2 years, 3 years, until COVID hit. So when COVID came, 2021, that's when I came.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So your story is a big inspiration because I mean, looking at the time you exactly graduated and then so 2021, some of us are not trying to business because we don't have time. So you are the call doctor. You are the call doctor. All right, great. So when you came to Ghana, how?
Yes, 2021, I came and still I was not really ready to enter into the profession again.
Wait, why?
No, it's like I just wanted to slowly come in. So I started some online courses, classes, to prepare for this, this. And I could see that I didn't know anything. Yeah, a lot. Because back in that wilderness, I did also a master's, which was in surgery. But it didn't go back to the basics that GMDC wanted. So it was quite difficult for me. But all I'm trying to say is it's doable.
Wow.
It's doable. Yes.
Joyce, how about you? Your journey before you traveled to do medicine and came back. How was it?
Okay, so I gained admission at the Presbyterian University at Betty to study medicine. But the nursing campus was in Obro. So I was there for less than a year. Then I got admission to study in Ukraine, to study nursing. So when
Medicine
I
in
got there,
Ukraine.
yes.
Okay.
So when I got there, I had taken course in 2014. So they had started class. So I got there late. So I had to do preparatory course, PATFAC. So after PATFAC, I don't know, I decided to study medicine. So I wrote a letter and attached my documents. I also did science electives in the Russian language.
All right.
Yeah, to back up my documents. And lo and behold, I got admission into the medical school. So the journey started like that. Then God being so good, I graduated in 2021 June. Then somewhere in August, I came to Ghana. Then when I came to Ghana, I decided to relax for a while. Then somewhere in 2022, I started online classes to prepare myself for MDC. But still, I wasn't getting the exposure online. You wouldn't get to meet people to interact with. So it's like I was just learning on my own. I didn't know my weakness and my strength. Then, yeah, so that's it.
Wow. Okay. Emmanuel, can you tell us?
So my own, don't really know where to start from that. All I can say is that the dream of becoming a medical practitioner, like the doctor med, now actually started when I was in junior high school. So ever since then, I decided to choose general science at my academy. So I got the admission, started school. Then somewhere second year, SHS2, I told myself that right after SHS, I want to travel outside and continue the education, but I didn't know the country I wanted to go. So I started praying about it for that long time. And after I completed SHS, I bought a waiting form. So I had I got admission to university. Go and doing disability rehabilitation. I was like, oh my God, my results had fetched me this program, and I want to become a medical doctor. So what do I do? So lucky for me, I had this senior of mine. I call him like the school father in medicine, Nicholas, Dr. Nicholas. Now he's 82. We happened to be the same.
Recording in progress.
He had already taken his leave to China. Somebody introduced me, and I was like, please, I want to come there and then do the medicine as well. So this nice gentleman helped me, and then by God's grace, I began my medical journey somewhere in 2017. And then through it all, we are here. I mean, last year, June, that's when I graduated. I got great, and I decided to just prepare hardly for the exams in South Africa.
Oh, great. All right. Dr. Med,
Dr. Med,
promoted.
promoted.
This last weekend. How has it been?
I mean, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. We up and down. We had the passion to medicine. Just as my colleagues also say, I also had computer science interest, but medicine was something that was really pressing on my heart. I remember my late dad, may so rest in peace. He was actually forcing me to do engineering courses, like at the University of Manchester. That's where we've been since my infancy. So my best friend also had admission there, University of Manchester. So he was like, "Why don't I go join me?" And I was like, "No, I just wanted to have that Dr. Med tap so that I can break the genes within the family."
The genes in the family?
Yes, there's a certain gene that sometimes they don't want people to like rise to a certain height.
Oh my
Like
God.
everyone, the system we are in. Sometimes it's difficult, like trying to.
So you want to tell us that the highest, I'm not saying that's what it's there, but the highest amount I think is a teacher.
Oh no! That's what I'm saying. But what I was trying to insinuate was, that title as being a doctor, it carries a certain prestige.
Yeah.
And even though you might be an engineer or be any other thing, but then the fact that you're a doctor carries a certain
the noble profession.
Exactly.
The noble profession.
Exactly. So I also had the opportunity to meet one nice woman, Madam Hannah. So my mom went for prayer meeting. She's a Pentecostal, and then she had an interaction with her that the son wants to do medicine, but then it's finding difficult to get admission. So she decided that she knows someone who is also in China already, Dr. Theory. I think he's now an MO.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him, Dr. Kofi. I know it's not flavor, but then spirit recovery.
Challenge. Say something to us.
Thank you so much. Okay, you really helped me throughout the journey, and then I can't thank you now. We are like brothers. So I always but that was always working. So thank you so much. Shout out to you.
Great. All right. So let's continue.
He helped me apply, and then luckily I gained admission in 2016, and I completed it. And then by God's grace, we had to write the exams this year, and then successfully passed.
Great. Yes. And so I know coming back from overseas, you heard that the GMDC exam had a certain format, the old format, where you had about 100, I believe, or 200 MCQs, and then 25 theory questions, 5 each from the various disciplines, and then the final stage. So you got to Ghana when we came in. When we start preparing for the exam.
Say around 2020.
2021, and then you went 2022. So at least you were in Ghana for about a year, and you knew the format you were preparing for.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, boom! The MBC tells you that no, all you've been doing for the past year, throw that away. So you may be meeting some, the medical too, but now you are going to change the format. Tell me sincerely, how did you do?
Sincerely, I was really happy.
You are happy?
Yes.
Wow, that isn't the answer I'm expecting.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, why were you happy though?
Because the old one had this Viber, which truly I don't like.
You don't like Viber?
No, not at all.
You're facing it. You continue later because you don't like Viber.
At all.
But in the new format there is a form of Viber.
Yes.
And then but what is Viber? Is Viber not question and answer time? But you don't like it.
Yes.
Why? Okay, you wait. Joyce, how will you do it?
For me, I was a bit scared.
You are a bit scared.
Because I don't know.
But that's a normal reaction.
Yes, because I don't know the pattern of the first. I don't know how the first one looks like. And I had this phobia when someone is staring at me and asking me questions. It's I don't know. I shiver a bit. So I didn't really like it, but I don't have a choice.
Yes.
And OSCE too, I don't know much about OSCE. I don't know what it entails. So I was like, okay, then I won't go. I won't be the first batch. I don't want to be the scapegoat. So let's see how it goes. Then I'll decide.
Great. I mean, that is the kind of reaction I'm expecting. Right? For you to say, oh, why you have written that kind of exam before. I mean, if I am going to prepare for an exam I'm not familiar with, I wouldn't be so happy.
Well, it's all about how you prepare and how you study too.
Chairman. All right. Okay, let's say, how do you feel?
To be well, I wouldn't say I was so much surprised because you see, they tried bringing it up somewhere 2022. Instead, they do it. It couldn't come true. October to the same thing. So that kind of psyched me up a bit that I might get this problem next year in my counterpart. So whatever preparation I'm doing, I should look out and prepare as well for that one. So when I came, I wasn't so much surprised. Though what was like, you can do it. So just whatever it is, you have to do it. You have no option.
Whatever it is, it's now or never.
Yes, you have to just do it. That's how it was.
Promoted.
For me, it was a mixed feeling.
It was a mixed
It
feeling.
was a mixed feeling. My sincerest fear was that of the multiple choice. I was really skeptical about it. I was doubtful because multiple choice is like everybody's game. So I have the belief when it comes to OSCE that one we are meeting the people, we are trying to show something.
Isn't that really surprising?
Yeah.
Because I mean, I stand to be corrected. I know or I've heard that back, up there, you're not allowed to deal with real patients. And so coming to write an exam where you face real patients and you are doing the auscultation, percussion, you had a mixed feeling.
Yeah.
For me, I would have been scared because I've never written that exam before. But I mean, okay, I see. So it was a mixed feeling, but
Yes.
your I mean, intimidating part was the MCQ,
Yes.
which has been in the system for a very long time.
Yes. In China, like when you stay in China, you have the opportunity to do 1 year internship.
Oh, okay.
In Ghana. Sometimes you get to know what the house officers, the MOs,
Okay.
But then the challenge was the MCQ because I mean it was something that has always been challenging.
MCQ
Sometimes you solve a lot
has always been
and
the
then-
problem.
yes,
You know that.
Yes.
Has always been the problem. When I was in medical school, what my lecturers told me, see, if you do well in your MCQs, you pass the exam. Unless, of course, if you have a clinical field. So a clinical field is passing the MCQs but failing the OSCE. Although you may get above the pass mark, but it's still a clinical field. But if you do so well and then they add the two sections together, if you do so well in the MCQ, you will do well in the exam of another. MCQ has always been a problem. Yes, so the new format, we have MCQ and then the OSCE, medical 1 and then medical 2. Our viewers or those listening to us would like to know your strategies. What you did, especially for the MCQs. I mean, I have personally met some students, I mean, not face to face, who call me and then their problem is MCQ, how to overcome it. So I will begin with Promoted. Promoted, what were your strategies? What did you do to help you beat the MCQ?
Thank you very much. So with the MCQs, I think I would call it like a basic or a build-up stage because you have to understand a particular concept and then try to, while solving several or series of multiple choice questions, you tend to try to understand. There are some that you have to understand, and there are some that you just have to memorize. That's how I went about it. But majority of the stuffs I needed to understand because sometimes they can just twist questions and then you find yourself wanting. So the strategy I used was trying to understand the concepts as much as I can and then try to solve more questions. And then the ones that is quite inexplainable, not to say inexplainable, but in a way quite difficult or stressful to like understand. I just try to get the answer and then move on. But then majority of the stars, you need to understand the concept because they can twist it in anyhow so that you can also maneuver your way around. That's how I went about it.
Right. But you see, before I even go on with this question, all of you were talking about, I think it's only I even here talking about online classes. A lot of you were talking about online classes. I believe that you did those online classes before coming to Holy Family Teaching. Yeah. So, I mean, you did those online classes and then you came to Holy Family Teaching. We nearly skipped them, but we cannot skip them.
Yes.
That is,
It's inevitable.
we are the bedrock of our training. Okay, we are the bedrock of our training. So I think I will pause there and then come back. At what point do insights come to Holy Family Teaching? Before we continue, are there 3 people? Please don't. I'm not saying select 3 people and then shout out, but I mean just 3 people and then shout out all of them. Are there any specialists, any teachers you want to?
In Holy Family.
In Holy Family Hospital.
Or outside.
Holy Family Hospital. We are talking about Holy Family Hospital. Why are you? Or no, but you can. If you want to mention, you can mention a
You mention your girlfriend.
No, his girlfriend.
Shout out to the clinical coordinator, Dr. Japan, Spain.
I thought you had forgotten the name. Like from here, I'm going to. So, Dr. Jacqueline, this is a shout out from Bright. A very warm greeting, warm shout out to you. Yes. Who else would you want to shout out to?
Also to one doctor who has this YouTube channel, which has which is full of all the ingredients we need. Shout out to Eternal Medicine Emo, Dr. Kofi Frimpong.
Okay. So why am I in this? Who
One more.
Shout out to?
One
more. You have 3 likes, so one more.
I can't just pick. I'll choose surgical department. Shout out to all of you.
And how about ONG department?
Well, then
Shout
everybody.
Well done for making us doctors.
Yes.
All right, Joyce. Any group you want to shout out to before we continue? Yeah. So.
First, physics.
Especially
to Dr. Blake.
Dr. Blake, Dr. Nanama Blake, you know she was my boss.
Oh wow.
Dr. Blake was my boss when I was in college, when I was doing my pediatric rotation. I think I worked with her at the pediatric OPD. I remember having a case, I think a child had come with some congenital heart anomaly. And I had a memo. Was it? I think it was tetralogy of Fallot. I had a memo. So I went to present her. You see, those times, house officer would have to go and present to their resident on duty. And I told Dr. Blake that, see, I heard the child had a TOF. And I heard a memo. I mean, he's been already diagnosed with TOF. I heard a memo, a pansystolic memo. And because of that, I think the BSD is a very restrictive one. Do you know what she told me? You know what she told me? I remember, I think she was in the second, I don't know, they've renovated the place, but I think she was in the second consortium. Dr. Blake was in the she was like, oh, Charlie, your cardiology is good. Charlie, your cardiology is good. So when I came from college, coming to do my second year here, and then I met Dr. Blake, I was like, boss, you are here too. I mean, she's a very wonderful person.
Yes.
So it's no. Who else do you want to shout out to?
The surgical department. Dr. Senyo.
Dr. Senyo, good.
I work for
No,
this
in
because I don't know, there was one day he decided I was question. And I was there, I was just doing him, I do it over again. Yes, so welcome.
And all the surgical department team members.
And
Dr.
the last
Afua,
one, yes, Dr. Then internal medicine. So internal medicine department with Dr. Obushi and Dr. Obro.
Dr. Obushi is my own boss, my mom, my big sister. Boss, have you know? Correct woman. Okay. All right, yes.
I would like to add one.
Yes.
Public health.
I didn't see.
Okay, who?
Dr. Patience.
Patience.
Yeah, I forgot to
Dr. Obieni.
Yes.
Dr. Obieni, but Dr. Patience has sent me, you not. So, Dr. Patience, wherever you are, thank you for training us. Thank you. We really appreciate it. Okay, and to everybody whose name you really mentioned. So, yes, number three. Yes, any three.
Well, I would choose Dr. Chairman.
Dr. Chairman. ONG. Dr. Christian Sami Chairman.
Yes, exactly. A big shout out to him. He would normally go beyond the scope of medicine and then teach us something extra. After medicine, there's more like after medicine. You can't say that you are just focused on medical books, but he tell you that you need to do this to succeed in life, not just reading medical books. I remember the words of affirmation that he encouraged us that we should use them. And then it's really helped. So a big shout out to him.
Okay.
And then shout out to Dr. Benford as well.
Where is he?
Well,
And he's on the one.
He's around.
He's on the one. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has been a big inspiration. In history taking, I really didn't know how to take a history taking very well. But ever since I stepped with him, it took me through. From the first day I met him, he was that time the medical officer. House officer. So we will go there, internal medicine rotation, we take our through and all that, this guy's examination. It was a great one. And he also gave us strategies in passing the exam.
Okay, so enough of
a big shout out to him. That's the last one.
Enough.
Alright, the last one we'll go to Dr. Jacqueline.
The mother of all.
Yes, mother of all. She would be like, Mama, are you okay? And all those things. Like, let's checking out all those, and whilst you are preparing and all that will really help. So a big shout out to me as well.
Okay, promoted.
Boss. So, big shout out to Dr. Brew.
Dr. Brew. Dr. Ruth Brew. You know she's the daughter of Professor Inte.
Oh, wow.
Professor Emeritus Anatomy. He was my lecturer.
Wow.
That's
I he's a very great man. So it is no surprise that her daughter is also great. His daughter, I wanted to say.
I don't know, she and then Dr. Brew and then Dr. Oshi. I mean, they depict that motherhood doctors for me, because there were times that sometimes certain things that they expect you to know and before short, how they tend to encourage you and how they tend to motivate you to stay on. It was so wonderful and I appreciate them a lot. Then also the surgical team.
Everybody.
Everyone.
You cannot leave any all of them contributed.
The public health team as well.
Thank
I
you.
mean, all the team, they really did a job. Dr. Paul from pediatrics, yes, it's so wonderful.
You guys,
I mean,
Dr.
He makes sure that washes you every time at the NICU. I mean, awesome.
All of them.
So in this section, we want to find out their strategies, what they used for the MCQs and then the OSCEs. So I was on Dr. Med, Emmanuel Cobbinah. Yes. So you were saying the MCQ. What you said, you were solving a lot of questions and they're using them to understand. Is there anything you want to?
So I would say from the start, you should get the right files, so right tools for solving MCQs.
Are there any you want to recommend?
Most popular ones that we all know.
Hey, it's okay.
Operation 85.
It's okay. And it's going on there and people will be watching.
Yes.
Parents will be watching.
That's
all right.
That's
okay. All right. So we should get the right.
Yes.
How was very sweet.
Yes.
Yes, what strategies do you use?
Okay, so the strategies I was taught by the lucky medical officer that we should always know the exams format. So if it's MCQs, just solve a lot of MCQs. And then the MCQs, I say that there is really a definite approach that if you solve, let's say, this number of MCQs in a day, you'll be good to go. But I can't say that. But what I can say is that 1,001 minutes. Well, we heard that after that. I mean, after we passed the exams, other people who were teaching and saying that we solve a lot of MCQs just about it. In a day, we solve more than 10,000.
Hey,
Yes.
okay. But no. But were they using it to learn or they were just solving?
They were just solving. They've gone
Okay.
through before. So
Okay,
they
they're
go-
just solving as many
Yes,
as
yes.
okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's go to Joyce. Joyce, what do you think?
So what I do is
I need to speak up.
go through a lot of MCQs. Any MCQ on Canvas.
That is the point. Any
I
MCQ
go
comes
through
across.
them. And also I read around the ones that I do not understand, make small notes about them. Then I try to memorize so that I wouldn't forget. Yes, so that's what I do.
Right. Did you
Okay. So
any other different strategy you use?
like we can't have one definite one, like my colleague was saying. What I actually did was like another colleague was saying, you get the right files. Then in a day you try to touch, we have 5 disciplines. You don't just take only internal medicine. So in a day we try to do 3 disciplines, not more than 20 questions. And for each question, you try to understand it. Then the following day, we review all the ones we did. Then go to another 3 disciplines. So by the time you are done, you would have reviewed those questions more than 5 times. Then when we finish the whole block, we will sit down, time ourselves, maybe 10 minutes. We do 100 questions of the ones we've done already. Yeah. But doing 10,000 questions, no, it was not that lot, but then it was effective too.
Wow, guys, I mean, this is a very valuable information you've shared. I mean, the part they had to be reviewing questions every time before they move on to that book. I mean,
Can I add something?
yeah, you two friends.
Yeah, and also while going to your MCQ, you should also be reading your notes. Because
Okay.
it helps a lot.
Balances there. So you see, the point is that I mean, when I was a student writing MCQs, you see, when you pick your book, your textbook that you are reading, you would go and read the topic that interests you. I mean, let's be frank. Who likes public holiday? Oh no, hey, yo. Me, when I was in school, I mean, there was surgery to learn, there was orthopedic surgery to learn.
Yes.
Heart failure is there, and then you are learning about what? Abattoir. So you see, you are learning about environmental health. We are not saying those are
It's
equally important, but you see, as a student, you tend to learn what interests you.
Yes.
So if you solve MCQs, what you are doing is that because you see a question which is asking about, say, the health and health systems in Ghana, you'll be forced to go and read, although you don't have any interest in it. Because remember that the MCQ is not just going to cover what you think you should know, but what your examiners think you should know. And so solving a lot of MCQs really help. Charlie, guys, thank you. I really like the strategy. And I hope you took some cues out of it. Yes, so our candidates or our doctors have shared with us the strategies they used for the multiple choice questions, otherwise known as GMDC registration exam step 1. Now, I want them to tell us how or what we should expect from the GMDC as far as the MCQs are concerned. How was Medical 1 like? I mean, we know that it tests the basic sciences, Medical 2 tests clinical sciences, but I mean, what advice can you give to us? What are they looking for? Can we just stay at home and then be reading textbooks about clinical cases, or we need to have seen how doctors are managing these cases on the ward? Right, I wanted to say. How are the MCQs?
So let's say the medical one, which is for the basic sciences. I wouldn't say you stay at home and read your books.
For the medical one?
Yes, because there are some that you have to see reports, ECG, how it is, the lab, how they interpret them. It's all in the basic sciences. Because
wait, I'm sorry to interrupt. So the lab interpretation was in basic sciences.
Yes.
Was in medical one?
Yes.
For example,
they for sickle cell, there was an investigation where you have to, is it FSS, something about
FS pattern.
yes. And if you've not seen that investigation and the report before,
but you have seen one before.
You're not
we've not seen, but from our interactions with our specialists and what they taught us,
we knew how it was.
So like you've been taught in Holy Family
Yes.
by Dr. Paul, Dr. Joa,
Dr. Joa.
Dr. Charlie.
Yes,
When-
yes.
When you were there,
So when we saw that, we knew exactly. So the question is in basic form, and now they tell you what is the drug to give. And if you don't understand that report, and even you wouldn't know the condition because they don't write sickle cell. Yes. So you will just be thinking all the options they are close by. You have penicillin, you have what do you give?
Triazole,
Yes.
amoxicillin, piperacillin, and all the cylinders are dancing in front of you, and then you
Exactly.
can't do bluebird. How
Yeah. So it's not all that you can stay at home.
At home,
to
you
learn.
have to
You have to
be
be
on
at
the
the
clinical
on
space.
the-
Guys, you really hear that? You have to be in the clinical space. Joyce, is there anything you want to
Yeah.
the medical 1 or medical 2?
Medical 2 was testing our ability to think away from the book.
Away from the book.
Yeah. So
Wow.
my advice is we should always go to the word and also
Always go to the word. Always go to the word.
and pay attention to the little things that are performed that way. And also during word rounds, we should ask questions and know why they are doing this and all that. Why they are giving this medication. Because
Oh.
the little things that they do at the words was what came into medical too. We want
Really?
to find out if we've actually been to the world, have we been to the hospitals, are we going in there? So they are testing our knowledge.
You know what you are saying. When I was in school, that is what they used to. Fish out those of us who do distance learning. No distance learning. You're on campus, but you're not on campus.
Yeah.
You never come to the world. For example, you are doing a cardiovascular exam and then you don't even know how to position the bed.
Yes.
You see, because if you've been to the world, you know that there are some levers at the foot end of the bed you should be rotating to. But if you don't know how to do that, nobody needs to tell them, or nobody needs to bring an attendance list to check your name. They will know that you are not on the world. And once you're not on the world, you can't really answer their question. So the thing is that it's very good to stay home and then read, because individual reading fetches more. But if you want to really get things on your fingertips, get to understand why things are being done this way. Because remember that most of the textbooks are written by fellows overseas. They write what they do in their environment, but we also write what we do in our environment. And so if you are not on the world and then you are doing distance learning like University of Education, you may be able to share something, but I think you will do better. We are not disputing the fact that some people have not been on the world. Some people have not been on the world, but they score more than those of us who have been on the world. It happens a lot in medical schools, right? And then you have some people who didn't go to the world space, but they still pass. Okay, so we are not disputing the fact that it is somehow possible to write this exam without going to the world. But we think that all people who have gone through the fire think that you would be able to answer confidently if you've been on the world before, if you've been to the world, because you see, you do, and then now it's part of you. Ima, yes, anything to add?
So yeah, I'll add a little. And as they have been saying, going to the world is also one of the best approach, because one person came and then there was like a 25-year female who had the right pain at the right inguinal area. So what investigation would you do? And the options were like in Ghana, what investigation would you do in Ghana?
They wrote in Ghana. They wrote in Ghana.
Right.
So
that was something. What
yes.
did you do?
No, wait. So it means that if you read Oxford,
you are out.
That's what you are out.
They wrote in Ghana.
In Ghana.
is that question
So they were specific, like
Yes,
you have to be in the Ghanaian setting.
How many of those questions came?
Oh, a lot of
A lot of them.
A lot. So that means
A lot of
you
them.
have to be on the road.
You really have to be on the
You
wall.
really have to be on the road.
You really have to be on the wall.
So the options I remember they gave was abdominopelvic USG and then CT. Abdominal CT and MRI.
Oh,
So imagine.
that's so easy.
We tell you, right?
So easy. Wow. What's the hell?
Maybe UGMC.
And now, okay, or maybe you just did maybe they think that instead of coming to the world, some of you watch the resident and house. So in house, whenever someone comes,
Then the city.
So you apply it. Oh, okay. So can you remember another question? I think this is pretty obvious. Maybe because I have been in Ghana, so but maybe for foreign trade, you might be tempted to think that you do in Ghana. All right. Any other questions of such nature?
Well, not in this form, but for the basic science, that is medical one. Also, we had a question where some of the questions they asked are actually bad, as in the fact that they ask you that if somebody has a swelling inguinal, like has gotten a cut on the left foot. So where would the lymph node, which lymph node would be swelling and all that? So it's like all these things, like it's a fact thing that you just have to know. So in as much as we are advocating and then saying that you should come to the world, these facts you have to also write them down somewhere and always go over them. So you take your anatomy book, you go and look for this fact. I mean, the online recordings are TutorMed has made. You go, you listen to them, the anatomy, basic sciences. You write down the facts and paste it somewhere. Always look at it. So it's really stayed in your mind. So that when you get those answers and those questions, you just go straight and then choose your answer.
Tima,
I think my colleagues have said
everything.
most everything. But then, as you were saying, whilst going to the world, you need to be specific about what you want to do. Because some people just go and then just go for work grounds or go to the world, but they virtually don't do anything. They just want to be seen.
Some also go and then find friends.
Yes, sometimes general world grounds is the period where I find base, a lot of stars.
People dress to kill,
Yes.
and then
Just kill the occasion.
like how some of you instrumentalists will
Oh yeah, like that's true.
on Sunday
That's
some
true.
people want to get me.
They'll just say F sharp.
Sorry, class is coming.
Guys, it's gonna
Very
be very
soon.
soon.
All right, great.
Yeah.
All right, so we've had some insights into the first part of the exam, right? Now we want to look at the second part of the exam, which is written about 2 weeks after a clearance has been given or a green light has been given to pass the first exam. But before that, how did you feel? Was it expected? I mean, after GMDC step 1, Joyce, how did you feel when you had passed the first exam?
No, I was very happy.
You were very happy. I mean, were you expecting it or it was something unexpected? Was it like part of the recipe or it was work on you?
Okay. After the MCQ, when I
Tell us what happened. I learned to cry.
Mm.
I learned to body tell me.
Let us know.
Okay, so last year, I was stuck in traffic. So,
You were stuck in traffic.
So that's a rule.
The whole road.
Yeah. Street, yeah. So I started having panic attack.
Hey,
Then as soon as I
panic
got
attack in the private
in
the
the
jacuzzi
taxi.
car.
So when I got there, like less than 5 minutes or so, then the exam started. We had to move in. So I sat down, calm and all that. So after medical one, I don't know what happened. I don't know where it's here.
You know.
Started crying.
Crying buckets of water.
I went to the washroom, clean my face. I told myself it's a small.
And then
You said that
you sunk memories like a river.
Oh yeah.
It was
Because you sunk when people like a river are carried.
Hey,
Okay.
people that spiritual.
I went down to write the medical. So then I came out smiling. But when I came out, pressure from people, it's like they said, oh, this was correct.
You were doing postmortem, right?
So
That's what I
and
postmortem.
then someone was like, oh, lab came. I was like, hey, I went
That's
to
why we
lab
got the
and
records.
back and forth.
So
So how come I didn't see lab and you saw lab? So I was depressed. So I did. When I went home, I was just crying.
just
Oh,
crying and
the
then
face is. I said, oh, my head is aching. I said I don't deserve to eat. So that whole day.
you don't deserve to eat.
Talk about
Hey,
the VPQ.
Alright, great. So I mean, so like, how was it for you? I mean, what were you expecting after you had written the step 1?
Well,
Expected to pass.
Yes, I was. Because for the state medical one, I knew I would have been able to make it past the 50%. So I was just after the medical 2 also came and then it was kind of okay. I was like, wow. And just started thinking
Because I mean,
You pass.
so yes, I know pass. But I remember we had to myself and some other mates from China when we were done the medical one, so we had to stay behind everyone at left. So we were just these are prayers.
Hey.
Hours. Like we have to pay like 5:30. So when I went to pick my bus back to Techiman, I had serious running so long too. Hey, that's when I entered the bus. I said,
So wait, so the results came how many hours after?
5 hours.
Alright, good. So now you are passing exam, you are preparing for medical step 2, the unmanned OSCE stations. So now, I mean, ideally, when are you supposed to get to? Why do you write the MCQ? What's the name? Where is that?
Residential.
Okay. I see. But then the unmanned OSCE station within regions. So there's a conference room for that. I mean, I think
they have like mini
conference room. So did they put all of you in, or they divided and then so this group is, and then everybody gets index number. So okay, all right, okay. So I mean, what time were you supposed to get to the venue?
So with that, we had an email telling us that this is the reporting time, and then this is the date you are going to have it in the venue. So they stated that we should be there before 7 a.m.
Before 7 a.m.
Yes, before 7 a.m.
That's just what the time.
Wherever it's
Exactly.
So we were fortunate to have Lord and the siblings, I mean, those that went from Holy Family. So we had to order Uber and right before 6 we are setting up.
Are you careful? Are you allowed to send some materials around to just do your last minute? Yes. Okay.
So they have a conference room.
Oh, yeah. But then, how was the feeling before the amount of you knew that you were going to write an affirmance. But this time you went there and you told us so I mean that changed your perception of the amount of questions that will be on the slide since you've been given more time. Or you felt like that was what was going to happen. I mean the same thing.
I thought we were going to have fewer questions.
Fewer questions for 5 minutes.
Yes. I was thinking maybe they have reviewed the previous one. And maybe they were thinking that 3 minutes or something.
That's all enough.
So probably. But I want to say like it was just an equal measure.
How many pictures from medicine, surgery, community health? How many people?
So for home health, we have 10
questions.
10 questions.
But what were you expecting?
We're expecting 6.
You're expecting 6?
Yes.
According to their documents?
Yes.
No, according to their documents, they don't even have that.
Okay, so
Picture of man is just 12 stations.
Okay, alright. So what happened? I mean, you're expecting 6 based on what your predecessors who had written in June had told you had come.
Yes.
So when you got to the 6th home health picture station and then the 7th one was home health, what was running through your mind?
But they told us before.
They told you?
Yes. Okay, so they give us all the papers and they are arranged in alphabetical.
Oh, okay.
Like that. Internal.
We found out all this information after we entered the exam.
Yeah. So I'm sure when they said 10, the whole place was Oh, great. So I mean, tell me, what strategies were you able to finish each slide on time? Joyce, were you able to do that on time?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people
Each slide.
complain. When I was a student in UGMS, one of the things that worried us a lot for the amount of picture station was time. I mean, you bow down your head, right? You lift up your head. The next So what strategies? If you're able to finish, what strategies?
It's very
You finish on time.
before the next meeting.
Speed up.
Speed up. What are the strategies? Because if you say speed up,
As
as fast as you can.
yes, because there's no time to be writing and
Drawing.
all that.
But then, what did you write?
Oh, yellow fever was the name. Yeah, I forgot to tell you.
Don't mind that.
This was it, so yeah, that was time.
That's
I know that one has an African point. Well, okay, that's how.
That's what you use.
Yeah,
I see.
but I didn't know what it was.
So you just have to put something in
And
there.
it's yellow, so yellow.
It's yellow. So yellow in this what?
Mosquito.
Egypt.
Egypt.
I see. Alright, good. So I mean you wrote the unmanned stations and then what was your impression after those stations?
Unmanned.
Yeah, unmanned.
Okay, the whole thing, like my
Go ahead.
okay. So the whole thing is for me, whenever I finish an exam, I don't really show that. Some people they are like, oh,
20.
it went well. Some too they are like, oh, it didn't go. I don't have that feeling or emotion. Sure. Like the MCQ like this, I didn't really. I mean, I knew I'll pass, but not really like okay, sure. So
Actually, the raw score was killer.
it has God.
Alright. Okay.
But
Yeah.
like with the OSCE, it's like the unmanned when we're there, the picture will come. And as my colleague said, we write very fast, short.
Okay.
And you see people around us still staring at the picture. So they're like, wow, you know this, but others don't know. And because we've been trained on how to approach the
Dr. Patience questions, right?
Dr. Patience, Dr. And you know, and we are also, you know, one thing is group study. We also made our own slides,
Yes.
and I think more than 5 of them came. Yes.
You made group slides.
Yes, and more than 5 came. That one I'm sure.
Yes.
So the picture comes, we are done, and people are still watching. Next, and you see them turning a blank. You know,
And
And
But-
that's one mistake most people make. They let some pages blank. They are not supposed
to
do
go
that.
blank,
So
especially
at
for what?
least write something.
Especially for what? For community health.
Yes.
So community health. Community health is not. It's like social studies, if you will. No answer is wrong. You don't need to have seen the answer in a slide or a textbook to write. I mean, if you are asked about how climate change affects food security, I don't think this is in any slide. But if you think about it, food security.
This person, I was like, oh wow.
I don't think this is in any slide.
But it was something that was trending. This was part of the those trending issues in Ghana.
Exactly. You know about food security and climate change. You know something about climate change. Whether so, how does that affect food security? The how should I put food security? The availability of food of choice, not just food, but food of choice. What you like, and then what will give you strength, food security. So, how can climate change affect food security? If someone is, if the weather is too hot, right, and then we scorch on plants, there will be increased transpiration, isn't it? When the Fulani man sends his cattle there, do you think they will feed on those plants?
No, they won't feed. What do you think will happen? The cattle will not feed, and so there will decrease milk production.
Some of us who take tea every day, you're not going to get the food security you want.
Yeah.
So, I don't think this is in any slide.
Yes.
So, for community health, it's like social studies. Separate for Moses, so upon answer community health, upon answer, it was social studies.
Yes. Just say this here. You shouldn't learn.
Exactly.
You get
So,
the
for community health, when it comes to just write something, unless of course it is a flea and you're writing ages mistake. That one there, it doesn't work anywhere.
I don't buy for this one.
It doesn't work anywhere. But if you are shown a marketplace where someone is selling food and then the food is uncovered, and then you are asked to give 3 conditions that can be transmitted based on this picture. I mean, things like cholera should be okay, typhoid fever, someone is open defecation, describe the picture. You shouldn't have seen this somewhere to be able to write. You should be able to write something. You should be able to, think about some of the conditions that can be transmitted through this picture. So community health, try and then not leave it blank, but always make it rational too. Although you are not leaving it blank, make it rational, because the aim is to get marks. So then quickly, the man OSCE, how did it go? Man OSCE station, how did it go? What was your happiest moment? What was your happiest moment in the master?
My happiest moment was my first station.
What was your first station?
It was pediatric neonatal resuscitation.
Neonatal resuscitation. Yes. What happened? So, Charlie, give some shout outs to the neonatal resuscitation.
Shout out to Dr. Blaze, shout out to Darko, shout out to.
Correct, guys.
It was solid. Let's
tell you about my second clinical neonatal resuscitation. When I went to my pick down, but Charlie, my first one, the text didn't rise. The text didn't rise, and then. My head of department then, Professor Christabel, Lai, was just looking at me. Hey, you have a name we call it, but I want to. Hey, he was just looking at me. Boy, hey, go here. I just had to say, oh sorry, naturally. So reservation. When you went there, what happened?
I don't know, but I feel like in any exams, you should also pay attention to, your inner man.
Hey,
like what is speaking through your inner self?
I don't even see that.
Yes, because prior to the man to that man OSCE, it was done on my heart that I'm supposed to review on the meters of stage.
Okay. That is only your instincts.
Yes. So we had an audio. I was playing. You need to understand spiritualism. So like I was playing this audio over and over again on meters of station, and then God be so good. My first station was that. So
it went well.
Within 7 minutes, I was done. The woman was like, "Is there any other thing I would like to do?" I still said, "Oh, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do." She suggested all the questions, and I have 3 minutes left. So, which other thing do I actually think that I forgot that I can add up? So, like that station when I was done, I was like extremely happy.
Wow. Joyce, what was your happiest moment? Surgery. Where? What happened there?
Okay, my first, the first room that I entered was NGP. And there was a dummy. And so I got there, I greeted, they told me to read the instruction and start. So I went there to pick the things that we need. Then I took it to the bed. Then I greeted, I went through the motion. I treated the dummy as a person. I was giving instructions. I was giving the dummy instructions, and I was like, for example, like, okay, please can you swallow for me? Okay, I think well,
so
it's fine. You can.
What made that station your happiest station?
Okay, it's constant practice.
No, I mean,
happy.
Why
okay, so
out of all the stations, why was that your happiest?
Oh no, I think they were impressed.
You were impressed.
Yes, and you could see that. Yes, you could see that they were okay with what I was doing, and you could see that they were actually taking.
Second.
Yes.
Well dressed.
Yes.
Well dressed.
Very presentable.
In red.
And in pink and white.
Showing us.
So with my happiest moment was I think my last station. The reason being that
which station was that?
That was an Ops and Gynae 50 station.
Postman Posa.
I don't know whether you remember. I think I did audio on Postman Posa.
And you sent it to me. Yes, I remember.
So when I entered, and then they gave me that was my last station.
Wow.
And the audio had been playing here.
Oh my
God.
So much
having a good moment. So I was so happy to have met that question and then come and see me there. I mean, Just like that.
Them
Just like that.
themselves.
Because the post encounter questions were
The
also
same.
the same.
Yeah,
Wow.
but
Listen, at that moment was just my happiest moment.
Wow. Right. Your happiest moment.
Well,
The best.
they were really nice moments. Shout out to the best.
Shout out to the
We will come to that.
And so yes, right. What will you say? Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I will also shout out to the ops and gynae department.
Mention names.
Dr. Shirley, Dr. Brew, Dr. Timecodes, Dr. Tofa, Dr. Frico, Dr. Pukwajman, Dr. Beata. Yeah, shout out to
All the Emos.
what's the name? This female Emo.
Yeah, Debbie.
Debbie.
Was Debbie.
Was Debbie.
She was my Emo. I was a house officer when I came.
Yeah.
Very nice lady.
So I think it was the ONG, the procedure station, which stood out because
The speculum examination.
it was speculum, and you have to do endocervical swab, high vagina, and everything. Really, they were impressed. Like,
Was that the station you were asking where you came from?
yes, and like shook my hand and like, wow, you come and visit and all of that.
Hey!
Yes.
Come and visit where?
I got to know that from Konebu, so he was like, I'm at this department.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he tell you your name? His name.
Yes, please.
Okay. You don't want to share it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, so your saddest moments. First of all, let me share my saddest. This one, I will always share it. My saddest moment in medical school, final part 3, UGMS, was my last batch 1 station. It was a cardiovascular station. Then my examiners there, very nice people, but I was very sad. Very sad the way they held my neck and they threw me out of the room. That I had said something that should never be said. I mean, so I went to my last station very annoyed at them and at myself. That I think the last station was urethral catheterization and dummy. I was annoyed to the extent that I was supposed to have done a clap on both hands. I just done on one. And then I went there. I didn't treat the dummy as a patient, as a person. I just went there. So the examiner had to point that, are you aware that one hand is on left? And the way I was very sad because of how, that station went. But it all ended in grace.
Yeah.
Joyce, what was your saddest moment? Surgery. Surgery was your happiest. Surgery was your saddest.
Three stations were the best.
Surgery.
Yes,
It's a 3 station, but which one was your saddest?
Same.
Wait,
The
so
last
surgery was
station-
happiest, surgery was saddest.
Yes.
The negative
No, we
is
have
negative.
four stations, 4 rooms. So the last one, my last station, for the exam to end, that was my saddest.
Your last station.
Yes.
Usually, if your last station is your worst, it doesn't affect your like
Because
your
the last.
Last.
The
If
room
it's the last.
before that room, they asked me where did I train and
Which
what
hospital you come
location
from?
of it, and I told them where I was and all that. Even before my time was up, so I was happy. Only for me to enter the next room, they were just giving me those bags. I was so sad. Like,
What happened there?
okay, so there was a woman and it was a breast examination, and they said they should
Shout out to
examine
breast.
Shout out to
they should
the
examine the right breast. So
Prestigious.
I did, and I asked, oh please, can I examine the left breast? Then the man bore. You think you're on serious people here. You are saying you should examine right. I said, okay, sorry. So frankly speaking, there was no lump, there was no mass in the breast. So I created my own mass.
Really?
They just
Inventor.
and they used to stand next to me. They were just talking anyhow, left, right, and it was like they use cane to whip my ass.
Hey, that one there, that's amazing.
So I now told them that I plead with them, like I would like to do it again. Then they were quiet for some time and like, okay. and I did it again. Even that one too. Then my time was up, so I was so angry and sad. But when I came out, one man was like, "Congratulations." Then at least I was happy for that. I
Oh, one
wasn't
of the
happy.
examiners.
No, I met him outside. He was entering. Yeah.
Charlie, man,
That's good.
what's your saddest?
So, well, I don't want to go to surgery because if I say surgery was my saddest moment, I think that wouldn't be fair because they were actually helping. Though I received a lot of shouts, and I'll be shouting out.
Shoutouts.
Yes,
What shall you do? Shoutouts.
a lot of shouts out. Yes,
Shoutouts.
but it was all fun. I mean, and then the saddest moment I think will be pediatric issue station.
Oh, why?
I was sad not because of how they treated me. I was sad because of how I performed. Because it was the same thing I had in Holy Family, which is this.
I know, right?
So I was,
So, but what happened?
I don't
Is it
know.
that you couldn't get to the immunization history? Were you able to go through the
I was able to go through everything. But when I was asked the diagnosis, the same mistake I did here, is what I repeated over here. I didn't say pneumonia first.
What did you say?
I think I said bronchitis.
How old was it?
2 years. I was sad because after I walked out, I was like, hi, Emmanuel, why? My second differential day, as I said, foreign body aspiration. Like, you, why? I was
Why? What was the presenting of it?
fever,
Oh,
oh,
and
it was.
me.
So after I
What do you think happened?
can't explain.
What? How was your station before that? Yeah.
It was okay.
It was a rest station.
Arrest
Yes, a rest station.
Hey,
I even drank water.
Yeah.
They didn't want
Yeah.
they didn't want us to
Oh
drink.
yeah, they give drinks.
Yeah, I didn't get anything.
The woman
So,
brought me a drink.
I don't know. I love physics, but
Then I have
at that
to go for my-
moment,
Was from you.
I have to go for a refund.
at that
Charlie,
moment,
tell us your saddest.
Yeah, my saddest moment, yeah, come here.
Clement wants to go home.
My saddest moment.
And the
was-
food security.
Hey, boss! And the funny thing was that I had a rest station prior to going to. So I
Oh,
was
come on, there. That's what that way.
I had rested.
Come on,
Thinking that
you rest the
come
whole day. And then I remember sometimes you go to the Bible station and then you've learned epidemiology is the scientific study of the
Yes,
distribution and determinants of health related events among West
Yes.
according to John M. Last what put in now. You just go inside. I mean you guys they had a structured question. Sometimes for our case, I remember I went to the station and I was I think I was in a very nice time and I met one of my favorite lecturers in college, Professor Emmanuel. Alfred Emmanuel, he's currently the dean of University of Ghana Medical School. Young man, I like your tie. What are the importance of colors in committee? So he was expecting that. I mean, black, yellow, blue beans, what they are used for. The canulas, the various canulas, grey, blue,
and the pot health.
the
So,
pot health,
yeah.
free pratique.
Yeah.
Charlie, I went to meet. I was just looking at him. Charlie, I've learned about mental health. I've learned health and health systems. Ask me about the national. No, to ask about health, it doesn't matter the rest. You don't know. It's a fear of the unknown. You don't know what you are going to meet, and then it's so vast a discipline that they can always bring. You go there, then you just look at your face, and then they are like, "Papa, you was safe." Immunization team.
And it was, the point was that the guy whom I was after, he had left, and the moment he stepped out, he just took a deep breath. Then he shook the head. Then I was like, hey, what is happening inside here?
Charlie, was okay.
Okay, wait, let me say mine before you come in. Okay.
Oh, next time.
No, because me too, I'm going to say it's home health. And you are saying it's okay. So let me finish then you can come that it's okay. So saddest, it's between surgery and home health. But I will choose home health. And that was my first station. Imagine. That was the first station.
Then you really compose yourself.
Yes, I had to. It was the first station. And it's not that it's difficult questions. It's just the ones we never thought of. And it's very easy questions. But
Social studies.
yes.
And you don't need to have seen it in a book.
Yes.
What happened? What happened then?
And I already told you, Viva is not something like that. So, I saw them. I know it.
What question was that?
Oh, vital stats. I know. No, that one I answered. But they came, the second one, they was like, how do you apply? Is it applied? Some.
George, remember?
They were like the vital event and how
is it applied
in
our health
that
system
section
or
very
something?
well. No, I think I
Okay.
answered well anyway.
And then-
immigration uses it to know the number of people.
Yeah, those ones I said those.
Uh-huh.
It's not that I couldn't, but
You have set a standard for yourself that you couldn't meet.
exactly. And
For come help.
the last question was mention which agencies.
Yeah.
And I know them, but I don't
You
know
get the Viper.
beds and what.
It's suspending.
You know, they say, okay, go to the next one, you come back. And that was the first one, like the start of the day. So they were now getting seated, all of that.
And
The
then,
first,
and then usually, if you are the first candidate, there is more energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
For them to usually when the last candidate goes, they are tired.
they are relaxed. Exactly.
I get it. So I mean, guys, once again, congratulations. No matter your saddest moments, your happiest moments, the fact is that you are also now doctors bringing glory to yourself. I mean, first to God, yourself, to your parents, and then to whoever matters to you. So we are ending. Your last words, encouragement, inspiration, last words. Joyce, ladies first. Last words.
Okay, so from experience, I'll say you should believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
Yes, because I was doubting myself a lot. I believe in myself. And also, in ComHealth, you should know that no answer is wrong in ComHealth. The way you are looking at the picture, someone will look at it differently. But make sure you write something reasonable. Write something reasonable. Yeah, and also make sure don't leave any page blank. Write something. You might not know maybe what you are writing you need a thing. So just believe in yourself and be prayerful.
Thank you. Believe in yourself. Do not leave any page blank. Write something at least. Attempting to write can score 2 marks. That's what she wants to say. And then pray. Very important. Pray and then believe in yourself. Okay, Emmanuel, last 10 minutes.
So what I would say is that the Bible says in Philippians chapter 4 verse 13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So that's what you should put at the back of your mind right from the beginning to preparation to the exams. I mean, just know that God will give you the strength you need. And in as much as we are expecting God to give us the strength we need, He has provided us with, or blessed us with, well-endowed people that can also help us and train us the right way. I always say, it's so sad when you are putting only in all your efforts, but it's the wrong direction. It's so sad. So if you get the right direction and then you are putting all your efforts, just with that, you'll be able to sail through. And yes, you pass. It's just a matter of time.
Good. So don't learn amiss. Get direction before you apply speed, because if you are using the wrong direction and then you are running at a high speed, only God knows where you find yourself. So that's what he's saying. That's a very good point. Thank you, Ima. Yeah, promoted.
Well, first of all, I mean, I like to thank God. Thank my family for anyone who has helped me. I like to encourage anyone who is watching us to tell me that we shouldn't, lose hope. Hope is not lost. Whoever has written and was unsuccessful, it's not the end of the journey. To still work hard. I believe in strategic hard work. Because strategic hard work in itself is an anointing. And when you strategically work hard towards, a
Seminar.
goal,
I can't hear you.
towards a goal. I can't say you. There's a saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So let's try and not give up. Just follow your dreams and then hit it hard. You will achieve whatever thing.
Yes, sir. Right.
Charlie,
Last words. Then we say goodbye to our viewers.
what can I add? Like my colleagues have said all about. What I would say is believe in group work. Okay, that's very important. I mean, you can stay
This
in
is
your
my time
group.
to be first. I want to chop first.
No. Forget about that. You bring something, they also bring something. You can ask any of us here. Everything was.
You were all in one group, right?
Yes.
And I like the fact, the point where you said you set questions for yourself. Just stations, and then more than 5 of them came.
Yes.
So you were your
Timing ourselves.
teachers. And then you see, the thing is that you learn more from your colleagues even than from your teachers. I realized that in group study. Sorry for interrupting you. Last thing.
Oh, but I mean, we can do it. No matter what. Like I was saying, 2014, that's when I left medical school. How many years? 9.
High school.
9 years, but still, I'm sure you are just coming out.
Charlie,
Just have faith and be prayerful.
Amen. Right, guys, and so all too soon we are at the end of this discussion. So yes, the message is still simple. If your medical school colleague has been able to sail through this, then there is no convincing reason why you think you are not up to task. Believe in good, according to Bright. Believe in yourself, according to Joyce. Learn strategically, according to Dr. Ina. And then, to crown it all from Dr. Promoted, trust your instincts, and then you will be good to go. And so thank you for watching this episode of TutorMed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to this video. Share to your friends if they be of help to somebody. So we'll meet again in our next video. Until then, bye.